Hi Virgo, Jen here. I'm going to go ahead and do your reading for July. Take it as it resonates. Definitely never give your power away to tarot. You are the master manifestor in your life. Also, one tip I want to give you guys, sometimes these messages don't resonate. Take it as a heads up. It's one thing that I've realized listening to my own tarot readings, because I can't read for myself. They never make sense when I first listen to them. Or maybe the current energy makes sense, but you're not going to know until it actually comes full circle. Maybe the recent past energy might resonate, and that gives you a hint. The current energies might resonate, and that gives you a hint. Usually 2 out of 3, that would let you know, like, okay, this is for me. But if it's not, don't take it. If you don't like the energy of the reading, definitely don't take anything that you don't want to you don't want in your energy. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Virgo, you have the Sun as the recent past, current energies. You have, oh nice, 9 of Pentacles. And let's see what's coming towards you. Oh, wow. Okay, we're not going to take all of these. Knight of Wands. Okay, let's clarify the Sun. Clarifying the Sun. You have Justice. Clarifying the 9 of Pentacles, which to me, that's definitely your energy, earth energy there. Clarifying the 9 of Pentacles. You have the 7 of Cups, and clarifying the Knight of Wands. Okay. You have the Strength. Okay, so let's see, Virgo. Give me 1 second here. Okay, so with the recent past, Sun and the Justice, that just lets me know that something was recently illuminated. Justice is about karma. Whether it's good or bad, everyone gets what they deserve. Now, with the Sun and the Justice card, that just lets me know that recently you've come into some sort of realization. Something came into light. Now, this could have to do with the legal system or just your own kind of justice. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone has a particular area in their life where they feel like there's an injustice or they feel like things aren't fair. And recently, in the recent past, something has been illuminated. Now, that could have been you illuminating that, or it could have just been exposed to you, because when I see the Sun and the Justice, that just lets me know that something that wasn't injustice or something that just didn't seem fair, the spotlight was put on it, right? And in this instance, it kind of made you feel validated. That's what I'm getting with the Sun and the Justice. You feel validated. Your feelings and your sense of, okay, at least I'm not getting the crap end of the stick anymore. The universe is throwing me a bone here. That's really what I'm getting with the Sun and the Justice. Current energies, you have the 9 of Pentacles, and clarifying that is the 7 of Cups. Now that you've kind of come into your own, because the 9 of Pentacles, she's kind of enjoying the fruits of her labor. It comes after the 8, right? It comes after so much hard work, and now you're really able to enjoy those things. You're in your element, especially with the Pentacles. Pentacles is earth energy, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. You're in your element. You have everything you need. You've put in the hard work. But I do get a sense for some of you, it's like, now what? With the 7 of Cups. Now what? Now, for some of you, there could be another decision that you need to make. And it's kind of like confusing. That's what I'm getting. It's like, okay, now which way do I go? I have all the resources I need. It's definitely giving me Magician energy, because the Magician doesn't have to look for anything. The Magician has everything that he needs already, but he has to do something. Okay, but usually the Magician knows what he needs to do. He pulls all his resources, and he knows the manifestation is already there. He just needs to put in the work. With the 7 of Cups, it's like, I have all these options and I have everything I need, but I just don't know what to do with it, so to speak. It's not like the Magician where he knows, he's already manifested it. This is the last part of the process. You're in that I think for some of you, you've gotten the justice that you needed, whether it's something being revealed to you or some sort of success when it comes to legalities. And now it's like, now what? You know, that's done and over with. I'm in a space in my life where I feel fulfilled. I have everything I need. I've worked so hard to get it, but it's like, now I feel like I don't know which way to go. It's kind of like that saying, and I see it all the time, that once you've gotten through so much trauma and life kind of calms down, it's not that it feels boring, but because you're so used to chaos, it's kind of like you have to kind of recalibrate to the like a not a quiet life, and it can be taken into any situation, whether it's work, family, whatever the case may be. Not saying that life is boring right now, but it could be a situation where life has been so hectic in the past and things have gotten so bad, and now that you finally reached the justice that you have and you don't have to fight anymore, it's kind of like, now what? Now you have so many choices, whereas previously the doors were closed. Now you have too many things to choose from, and you don't want to choose the wrong one. For some of you, you could be retired even. That's the energy that I'm getting with the 9 of Pentacles, especially coming after the 8. You've done so much work. Some of you are retired, and now you're like, now what? You know, now, and I don't want to make the wrong choice because I don't want to go back there again. And life can kind of feel not a little boring, just quiet. Maybe for some of you, even stagnant. But definitely trying to make a choice and make the right choice, if anything. Now, what's coming towards you, you have the Knight of Wands and the Strength. So this is, when I think of the Knight of Wands, very passionate. I always think of Sagittarius being impulsive. But what this tells me is take a risk. Take a risk. You know, with the Knight of Wands to the Strength, this is kind of you being in an element where you're able to tame your own feelings now. You have the strength from experience, but I think for some of you, you don't really have experience taking risk. I think for some of you, things have always gone on in life where you never even had this option to take a risk because you were always struggling to just be stable or just be in a situation where you felt like things are calm enough where I can make decisions. So that's what I'm getting intuitively, that for some of you with the Strength card, you've kind of accomplished that and you've gotten that through experience. And with the Knight of Wands, now it's time to take risks, even if it means being impulsive. Now, for some of you, it could actually be a fire sign because it is a court card in your life. And you may need to have a lot of strength either with this person, or it could just be the energy of the card telling you to be a little bit not impulsive, not in a bad risky way, but now you can take risk. You know, in the past you didn't have room for that because you were just trying to survive, you know, but now you have the strength to do that. But again, that's for a specific group, for a group of you, another group of you. It could be a situation where information is coming in that is going to require strength, you know, and it's going to come in I don't get a bad feeling, but it's like passionate, you know, and you may have to be strong. For some of you, if this is a situation where you had to make a choice on a specific person, they could be trying to come in with a lot of like passion, a lot of fire, and you got to be strong and stand your ground. That's another you know, that's another thing that I'm feeling with the Knight of Wands and Strength. But let's go ahead and get some clarifiers here. Let's clarify the Sun from the recent past and justice. Like I said, I do get that something was exposed, whether it's, you know, legally or just someone's karma or even your karma. You know, we can't always assume that things are always roses and rainbows, right? But definitely something got exposed. 6 of Swords. Yeah, for some of you, you had to walk away from something. It was really weighing you down and you kind of went towards calmer waters. I'm definitely getting heavy, like if this is after like a divorce or a split or a separation of some sort, there was like a final judgment. I know this isn't the judgment. It is a justice, is the balance of scales, but it was the final what's that word in the legal system? Like the final disposition, the final say. And now you have to kind of move away from, those waters that were just so unstable into calmer waters. But again, like I said, when you've been in a situation that has been so turbulent for so long, sometimes people get so used to it that when they're moving towards calmer waters, it feels a little weird. It feels awkward. It's like, what do I do now? I'm so used to the chaos and the trauma that now it's quiet, but it's almost like too quiet. It's painfully quiet, like being in the dark and the water from a tap is dripping. Sometimes that can drive you insane, but again, I think you're in a position where you have everything you need. You just kind of just need to recalibrate your life to what you've attained. Realign yourself to the life that you have now. Let's get a clarifier for the 9 of Pentacles to the 7 of Cups. Let's see. King of Wands. So you have a Knight of Wands and you have a King of Wands. Yeah, this is saying be passionate. Again, like I said with the take the risk part, the King of Wands is also like an entrepreneur. So if some of you, again, if you've been if you're retired, if you're, generally speaking, if you're transitioning into a life that feels like you have everything you need, but you still have choices that need to be made, I would say take the risk. If some of you want to start your own business, if you have a new passion, and again, I would say go for it and pull from strength, because you have 2 lions right here. And this is also coming off as fire energy, Leo energy. So if you're on the cusp, if you have Leo in your chart, definitely try to embody that energy. I think for some of you, you've kind of been in the dark, in the shadows, maybe even in hermit mode, because that is Virgo energy. Now is your time to, you have actually Leo energy 3 times here, 4 times. I would say pull from that energy. Leo is very out there, very not center of attention, but there, you can't miss them. And even though you are a Virgo, it's okay to pull from that energy, especially with these cards and your reading, and kind of put yourself out there. I think for some of you, again, you've been so withdrawn for so long and kind of put yourself in your own shadow, maybe even working on your own craft, whatever the case may be, that you didn't have time for fun, you didn't have time to take risk. And now you're in a situation where things are a little bit calmer, and now you feel like, okay, what do I do next? This is such an uncomfortable situation. It's a good situation, but I've never been here before. Can someone please show me the way? And King of Wands, it could literally be a fire sign, like an actual person, because it is a court card, or it could just be the energy of the card telling you to take that risk, whether it's a new passion, a new job, being self entrepreneur, self working for yourself and starting your own business. King of Wands is a very good business person, very good with money. He's like the entrepreneur of the deck. So definitely pull from that energy. Now, Knight of Wands and strength, let's clarify that, because that's again telling me to take risk, but on the other side too, it is saying that there could potentially be a person that's coming in very fast and very strong, very passionate, and a spirit wants you to kind of just have a lot of strength with this. I'm also getting boundaries, stand your ground, if that resonates. Oh my God, you got the Sun card again. You got the Sun card 2 times. Okay, so definitely this is a time for illumination, Virgo. Okay, this is definitely a time to be free and kind of put yourself out there. Again, this is for some of you, and this is very specific. You have been hiding in the shadows, working on your craft, working on your life, perfecting whatever it is that you need to perfect. For some of you, you could even be retired. You worked forever, and now you're in a situation where you have all the resources you need, but you just don't know what to do with it. You don't know, or you've made a life for yourself that you want it, but because you come from a life of maybe trauma or chaos, whatever the case may be, it feels so new to you that you don't know what to do. And naturally, Virgos can be very introverted, like the hermit, but this spread is saying to be the light. Like, you literally have Leo screaming in this in this reading right now. You have the Sun card twice, you have fire energy here. Put yourself out there, Virgo. Like, step into the light, so to speak. Step into the spotlight. And I know that may feel uncomfortable. Trust me, I see it. I see that it feels uncomfortable. The Nine of Pentacles, literally her only friend is the bird. Her only friend, like, she's in a field with grapes. She has her pentacles, and her only friend literally is like a bird. You have to step out of your comfort zone, okay? You have to step out, and it's going to take a lot of strength. It's going to feel very new, but you have to step out of your comfort zone. Let the warmth of the sun charge you. For some of you, you might even want to go out into the sun and kind of sunbathe. You might want to get this is even giving me third eye activation for some reason with this deck, with the Light Seers deck, because it's kind of like pointing on her forehead. Be that light. Take that risk. Put yourself out there. It's okay for you to be the center of attention sometimes. It's okay. You work so hard from it. Come out and show the people, you know, what you've been working on with the King of Wands, you know, what you've been doing. You know, show, it's okay to show that hard work. It's not bragging, because the Leo, you know, they say Leos are like center of attention. They want, but that's them. That's the sun. You can't miss the sun. You can't miss it. It shines so bright. You can't miss it, and they can't help it. People either love them or hate them, but either way, they can't miss them at all. And that's basically what this reading is saying. It's saying to pull from that energy. Be unapologetically you, and don't be afraid to now walk in this new path with this new, you know, like this amazing life that you've built for yourself, and maybe even a life that you pulled yourself out of. Again, that I am getting, like, that's been a little bit chaotic, you know. It's okay to step into the light. So that's what I have for you, Virgo. If any of these messages resonate, you know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, take care.